Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Today, we are going to continue our discussion about human movement, or migration. Now, as we said last class, migration occurs when people decide to move. They go to a new place and settle and make their home there. We tend to think of migration as the movement of people across international borders, that is, from one country to another. International migration is probably the most familiar to us, as it's often in the news. But migration within a country is actually more common. People often move from one region to another within the same country. Let's move on to an important question about migration. Why do people do it? Why do people choose to move to a place they probably don't know very well? There are several theories here. In simple terms, I find it helpful to talk about push and pull factors. Push factors are negative things that push people away from a place. Pull factors are positive things that pull people towards a place. I want to give you some examples of these two factors. Generally speaking, push factors fall into three categories, relating to the economy, society, or the environment. Economic push factors include things like a lack of jobs in a region or a lack of growth in the economy. Social push factors are those related to the culture or society of a region. Social push factors include things like poor medical care, low-quality education, low-quality or expensive housing, and so on. And finally, environmental push factors include natural disasters such as earthquakes, floods, or extremely dry weather. Pollution and factors that affect food production are also push factors. Let me illustrate that with an example from history. In the 1840s and 1850s, over 2 million people from Ireland left home. Many of them settled in Canada and the United States. During that time, the population of Ireland decreased by 25%. It's one of the biggest examples of large-scale migration in history. The reason? Their main source of food at that time was the potato. And there was a terrible potato disease in Ireland. Simply put, there was no food and people were dying. People had to leave. They had no choice. Pull factors can also be put into three categories, relating to the economy, society, or the environment. Economic pull factors include access to jobs, a stronger economy, and the like. Social pull factors include things like a safe environment and access to high-quality medical care, education, and housing. Environmental pull factors include more space, less pollution, good weather that allows enough food to be grown, and so on. As a historical example, we can look at Australia between 1945 and 1985. The Australian government realized that the country's population was too small, so it encouraged immigration. It promised good jobs, a safe family life, and pleasant weather. Over 4 million people from around the world migrated to Australia. Okay, now why does a particular person or group choose to migrate? The reasons are typically a combination of various push and pull factors, with economic factors often being the main ones. But even in cases where a combination of push and pull factors is strong, the decision to migrate and settle in another place is often a difficult one. Life at home may have many problems, and life in a new place may look like it would be much better. Many migrants settle in areas that have a lot of migrants from their home region. This gives them the benefits of living in a new place, together with the benefits of living with people who speak their language and who understand their culture. In other words, they are with people who can help them get used to their new home. Despite this, migrants, especially international ones, may face problems in their new home. For instance, they may not speak the language or know the laws. The immigrants may not have enough money to live comfortably, especially at first. Some citizens of the new region may be uncomfortable with the arrival of so many immigrants, which can lead to conflict. Still, despite all of these issues, human migration is often very successful. Let me give you a couple of examples from history. How many of you have heard of Levi's jeans? I see many hands. Did you know that the Levi's Company was established by Levi Strauss, who was born in Germany in 1829? He immigrated to the United States at the age of 18. He started a company, and his famous jeans eventually became known around the world. He even gave back to his new country by giving money to the University of California. But don't think all successful migration is to a country like the United States. People also migrate successfully from the U.S. In 1946, an American businessman named Jim Thompson went to Thailand with a plan to buy a hotel. That plan didn't work, but Thompson fell in love with Thai culture, Thai architecture, and in particular, Thai clothing. He established the Thai Silk Company to produce beautiful Thai clothes. In doing this, Thompson provided jobs to thousands of women, which lifted them out of poverty. He built a beautiful traditional Thai house and lived there until his death. That brings us to the end of today's lecture. In the next class, we're going to talk about